Welcome to Sonographers in the Cities, where we connect through sound with your hosts, Lynn and Giselle. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sonographers in the Cities. I'm Lynn.
And I'm Giselle.
And in today's episode, we are celebrating Giselle getting her master's. Congratulations, Giselle.
Oh, thank you so much. It's just been a really big blur because it's been a whole year and time has moved really fast. But I know we were talking about it a lot. I did some videos about my master's degree, but it's been exciting. And as you guys know, Lynn and I really do promote higher education. Um, and I also apologize because my voice is really bad, because I did go to a Jonas Brothers concert 3 nights in a row. If you guys did see that. So if my voice sounds funny, it's because of that. But it's been a whole kind of like few, I guess, weeks of like celebrating because I've already finished school, as you guys know, for a few months now. And yeah, I can't believe that I'm like getting my master's degree. I don't even know like how to feel about it because my graduation, when you guys are listening to this, it's gonna be on the 19th, so it should be the day. If you're listening it to on Friday, it's tomorrow. But yeah, it's a whole crazy thing because not only am I graduating, Lynn also has all these things that she's been going through. She passed her vascular registry, if you guys listen to the last episode. And she has some other news too. She passed another exam.
Yes, I passed my cardiac sonographer. So it's registered diagnostic cardiac sonographer exam. So
Yes.
RDCS.
Congratulations to you
Yeah.
too. Yay.
Yeah, you should be celebrating because
I know.
it's a big milestone, and I love seeing you celebrate. You're like in the middle of celebrating it because after the Jonas Brothers, you're going to Orlando
Mhm.
to your graduation ceremony and Disney. Is that correct?
Yes. So we did a whole trip with it. If you guys don't know, WGU is a school that I decided to go to, and it's a program that's online. So a lot of people ask about online programs and make sure you do your research. But if you have one that you really like, and WGU is one that I really liked, Western Governors University, their graduations that are held in person, you can go to any graduation that they hold throughout the year as long as you have the credentials to basically graduate if you like finish your classes and all that. Um, this year, the last one, which is on November 19th, is in Orlando. So we were like, hey, let's try to make a trip out of it and go to Disney World, of course, because I love Disney. And it worked out that way. So yeah, I'm gonna be celebrating in Disney World and then going to graduation. It's gonna be a crazy few days. And hopefully you guys um are excited to see it because I'll be posting about it, of course. But just getting any sort of degree is just such a huge milestone. I know you guys know school is hard and it's difficult, especially with just normal life, personal life, work life. And now just going to school as well, like obviously Yulin and me and everyone listening. So it's gonna be really nice to celebrate at Disney World and just not have to think about anything. And I know now you feel that sense of ability to not have to study or like read something or like study for a test, and it's gonna be really nice.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a good feeling of obtaining that for me, the registry is like it's a goal that I've had since I started my program and I got it. And then just like you're achieving that goal that you worked so hard on is such a satisfying feeling.
Mhm.
And you, Giselle, I wanted to do this episode of you getting your master's because, as you said earlier, we both promote higher education and continuing education. Um, I just want you to share your experience of getting your master's while working full time while having a very, very busy personal life.
Yeah.
So, how did you manage that, and especially taking classes online? Because I also wanted to continue with my master's eventually,
Mhm.
and I'm thinking of doing online too. So, how was that for you?
Obviously, we all have the options once we have our, let's say your bachelor's or your associate's degree. You can decide to do something in person or online. I actually checked UNLV's master degree, and you can decide whatever master degree you want, right? Once you have your degrees, and you can choose whichever direction. It doesn't need to be like a master in ultrasound, but I realized that the master at UNLV is like really expensive. I wouldn't have had time to do it with my work schedule. And you have to take that stuff into consideration. So when I did WGU and found out about that, I knew some other people who had already graduated from there, and I heard good things about it, watched a ton of YouTube videos, and kind of just dove right in. I was more nervous to start school again. Of course, I hadn't been in school since 2017, and it was really scary and daunting, but just knowing that I have to pay for it, and yeah, my work paid partial of it because sometimes if you guys get a full-time job or some other job that will pay for your school, you should take advantage of that. And I wanted to do that. So I checked to see if WGU was one of them, and of course they did help me pay for that. So now knowing I'm still paying for part of it, you kind of have this feeling of like you need to do it, you need to pass, and you need to do what you have to do to get through your classes. At the time when I was in school, I was only working 3/12s, so I really prioritized school, and, working out was, like, minimal in between that, and everything else I didn't really do, like, fun stuff until I really figured out, "Okay, how and when am I gonna study? When am I going to, do my papers? When am I gonna take these exams?" And WGU is really good at helping you take your time and do the program how you want. So WGU is a program that you can kind of go as fast as you want and as slow as you want, but you do have a program mentor that you talk to and helps you throughout the whole thing. So because I was so busy with personal life, as you guys know, within this last year and a half we've all had together, um, doing the podcast, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. It was really nice to have a program mentor, you, Lynn, who like helps you, prioritize your stuff, and my family who like helps me with things. That kind of is how I got through it. You do have to have a good support system, and I feel like I had a really good support system. And I just took everything one day at a time, just like how Lynn, you do in school, and what we talk about all the time. It really was one day at a time. And WGU is special because you take one class at a time. So you take one class, you finish that class, you move on to the next one. And that's what made it a little bit easier to do because you're focusing on one class. You're not focusing on like six classes, which you may in a real, not like real, but like in person setting, right? Because most of the time you'll take two or three classes. But WGU is a really cool pathway to get your master's degree. So if you decide in your school or your work ends up being able to pay for an online school or something like that, or a master degree, check out what school is best for you. And because I know you want to do it, and anyone who wants to pursue anything, higher education, check out the schools, figure out your work-life balance, and input that. You guys have already been through school, right? And are going through school, so you know that time management is really important. And that's how I got by. I would study on vacation if I went to like San Diego or Disney, sometimes I took an exam the morning before I went to Disneyland. I mean, you just kind of do things when you feel comfortable. And I got really lucky with an online school to be able to do that and with my lifestyle. So it fit me. But I know a lot of people who go back to school in person and they do time management. You know, a lot of people who are nurses and they go back for nurse practitioner. Like you just kind of same thing. Same thing as going back to school, just time management. And I don't know how I did it, but I
But you
did
did it.
it. And actually with a lot of help too. Um, I could not be more thankful for the people that were in that school because there's a Facebook group, number one. They help each other out. So just like I tell you guys, you know, find some people, friends, anyone who is in the same boat, make some friends, talk about it, help each other out. I had a few friends that really helped me and I helped them and we just got through it all together. Even though we were on like different classes, we still helped each other. And that's really what helped me get through. Instead of finishing in 2 years, because usually masters are 2 years, I finished my MBA in healthcare management in less than a year. So yeah, it's crazy, but it's
Oh.
possible. It's possible. If I can do it, really busy. Everyone who asks me about that program, you can do it. People with kids, people with full-time jobs. It's a 24/7 school and you can figure it out and get through it. And you can even pause if you need to. They're a really great school. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want to say I got lucky, but also it's a lot of hard work and dedication, just like anything. When you want to finish something, especially when I gave myself a goal, I was like, can I try to finish this in a year? And so that gave me the push to like go not only faster, but learn things better, study harder, and understand. Like I have no clue anything about business. When I decided, hey, should I get an MBA? You know, that's a business degree. What am I doing? But one day I want to maybe do something with it. You know, it has the opportunity for me to open doors for other stuff. And that's the reason why I did it. A lot of people are like, are you still doing ultrasound? I'm like, yeah, I'm still a
The sound
sonographer.
business
Yeah, ultrasound business.
potential.
But it's been such a journey, and I know you guys have been with me through it all. So I appreciate everyone who's followed and asked questions and been here and supported. But yeah, it's a healthcare management degree, right? Like I could have chose any other degree too, like a teaching degree. But I wanted to figure out something that would give me a wide variety of stuff to do. I
Mhm.
could be like a supervisor, director, CEO, COO, things like that. MBA degrees give you much more range. If I just decided to do, let's say, the Master of Healthcare Administration, then it's only towards that. But now I did like a business side of it. So marketing and service line development, you know, things like leadership and global economics, operations management. I know you guys remember, if you were listening all the way from before, I would talk about operations management and Lynn, it just
I
sticks
was
out
taking that
because,
class,
yeah, Lynn
and that was
also took the
my
class.
yeah, that
Her
was
favorite.
my career, previous
Yeah.
career.
So she,
Um,
and I remember talking to you about it. So it just stands
yeah.
out.
And you know what stands out? Accounting.
Yes, accounting management. Accounting, I was just like, what all this stuff? I need this accounting calculator. Like, it's a lot, but I mean, it's a lot of fun. I told myself I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try my best and learn as much as I can. And hopefully I carry that through to eventually if I get something and I do something with it. As of right now, I'm not doing anything with it, but it's exciting to be able to walk again and just graduate, wear a cap and gown and I love that WGU does that for their students. Like, yes, it's online, but they have, you know, you can graduate in person and they do celebrate you. I've seen them. If you guys want any like answers about WGU, you know, comment down below if you have any questions, because I know a lot of people do. But it's a big, really known school online, and there's plenty of master degree schools online. Just make sure you choose a good one, like do your research, like we always say.
I love that for you. I'm so excited. I'll be thinking of you.
Thank you.
Um, I think it's very encouraging that these institutions are offering master programs that are tailored not only for full-time students who are able to be in class, but also full-time professionals
Hmm.
who are not be able to, quit their job and focus in
Yeah.
school and, have to support their families. I
Yes.
think it's really encouraging as well as, um, awesome
Hmm.
for them to offer those programs to people like us. And I see a lot of sonographers who go back to school while having a full-time job. I think
Hmm.
that's like a very common path
Yeah.
for sonographers, and I definitely plan to do that. I've
Hmm.
been looking at master's programs that I can take that online because I definitely
Yes.
want to work and go to
And go to
school.
school. And like I said, don't forget to ask your work if they do anything with like tuition reimbursement or anything like that. See what your options are. But um, it's a great thing to do. Higher education is really good. It opens doors. You have a degree and you can basically do a lot with them. Um, and when you look at job descriptions, and that's what I've been doing, is you kind of just see what they require. And I see all these new positions. I'm like, oh, yes, I can do that if I wanted, because now I have my MBA, I can also do business. And it just gives you that like additional credential that people can trust you by. That's why we
Mhm.
do A or DMS. That's why you get your registry in cardiac and vascular. So your patients know that you've gotten that education and you know what you're doing. Like obviously we don't know everything, but we were given the tools to be able to do that stuff. And I just love it because everyone's been so supportive. My supervisor helps me. He's like, let me just give you some tips and stuff about being a supervisor or like the background things. He's like, now that you have a business degree, maybe you'll be, I don't know, director one day. I'm like, I don't know.
You'll be the
Um,
next supervisor.
yeah, next supervisor. Everyone's always talking about it. I'm like, I don't know. That place is busy, the place where I work at. Um, but what if do you know what kind of degree you would maybe get in yet? Have you thought about it? I know you're
Um,
still almost to your
I
graduation.
I thought maybe a master in science, but I'm still,
Yeah.
master degree shopping,
Yeah.
browsing to see like which would benefit me more
Hmm.
in the future that will
Yeah.
align with my interests, obviously.
Yeah.
And Master of Science like, sticks out. Maybe MBA, but that's why that one time I asked you what kind of masters you're getting.
Yeah. Yep.
But and then you talked about accounting, and I was like, in
Hmm.
economics, I'm like,
Yes. Accounting, economics, there's a
so we'll
bunch of
see.
those random classes for business, and you're just like,
Hmm.
do I want to do those? So yeah, definitely kind of look at the classes, things like that. I love that WGU gives you the opportunity to decide. There's a lot of degrees there. So it's just really cool to be able to say, hey, I have a master's degree, um, and that you're knowledgeable in those things. And more letters to the last, you know, to add on after your last name. And I'm like, oh, ultrasound, you already get a lot of letters after your name, but to add MBA is pretty cool, I think. And
It
I
doesn't
highly
start with an
encourage.
R.
No, I know it's all registered, right?
Yeah.
But it's definitely exciting. It's an exciting time, and I hope if you guys do decide you want to go into, like, let's say you're getting your associates and you want to get a bachelor's, or you've got a bachelor's, you want to get a master's. I hope that you guys do look into it. Anyone that's listening, if you need any help or have questions, we're here for you. And we support going back to school and getting those degrees because it's going to help you in the long run. And yeah, I'm just excited. WGU is a great school. I'm sure you guys will find some great schools out there. And just like anything else, take your time with school and do your best. You're gonna see that master level courses are a little bit more intense than regular normal college courses,
Mm.
but they do that for purpose. You become a master for a purpose. Um, and it's exciting. I can't wait to just be completely done with all that. Um, and just be able to move on to the next thing. I really don't know what's next yet for me, but for now, I'm planning on just working as much as I can, saving a lot of money, and then eventually, if things turn out, how they should, eventually I'll move out of ultrasound and get one of those positions. Um, but I don't know. I can't believe it's almost Thanksgiving. I can't believe it's almost Christmas. Like time is flying. And
Yeah, I mean, the
um,
next week will be Thanksgiving, and then it's the holidays, and
yeah,
then it's before you know it, it's 2023. And it's just that time is flying, like you said, because I remember when you told us that you're going for your master's. I'm like, oh, I was in
yeah.
my program then, and I was like, look at us. I'm done. Well,
hmm
almost done. You're
hmm
done.
hmm
And
You've got
like,
two registries. I'm adding a master. It's crazy the things you can
yeah,
do in a year or two, right?
yes. I
It's
can't wait to see what's in store for you.
thank you.
And I'm so proud of you
Oh, thank
for
you.
keeping your personal life like the way that you want it to make you happy, as well as going forward with your professional life. Like
Yes.
that's like goals.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's tough to do, but it's possible. I mean, not every day is perfect, and it's not gonna be
No,
easy, right? School's never easy,
no,
and life is hard. So put it all together, you know. And I see a lot of people who have hard time, and you're not alone. I had plenty of hard times, lots of times where I thought I was like, I'm done, I'm gonna
I
fail.
remember that.
Yeah. Like I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm doing. But I passed, There was I didn't pass everything super easily, it can get really difficult, but just like the ARDMS, like if all you need to pass, right?
Mhm.
That's all you need to do. And yes, you want to get straight A's and 100%, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. And you just get back up and try again if you get the opportunity to. And that's what I did with school because it was really hard. It's doable, but it's hard. So just like anything, you guys, you can do it. And Lynn, I appreciate you. To everyone listening, thank you so much for supporting me, Lynn, the channel, and our podcast. It's going to be a
Yes.
very busy couple weeks as if you guys listen to a few last episodes.
Hmm.
But we're hoping to still get our episodes out to you every Friday. Um,
Yes.
and since it's, almost winter time, school has just started a few weeks ago. Hopefully, if you're new to this podcast, you tell your friends, your coworkers, family to kind of listen so they can kind of see what ultrasound is like, because it's definitely a lot different than what people think. And
Yes.
it takes a lot to be an ultrasound technologist and sonographer. So
Yes.
that's what this podcast is for, and we just love talking.
Yes, we do. We love talking about it. We love having fun while we do it. We love raising awareness for ultrasound sonography. And this episode is mostly, celebrating Giselle getting her master's. And I hope it is inspiring for all of you who are listening, who are students, current sonography students, or upcoming new grads like me who are inspired to continue their education. I hope this episode was helpful for you. And Giselle, we are happy for you.
Thank
And
you.
also, we have Instagram. So if you follow us, and you can reach out to us directly there and we'll answer any questions that you may have.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll always talk to you guys on the next episode.
Yes, thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Bye, guys.